Hi everyone, this is Erin Smith and I'm going to share some technology tips for remote learning in today's Teacher Toolbox. So welcome to our May Teacher Toolbox. You can find this slides presentation at bit.ly/May Toolbox. It has all the links so that you shouldn't have to take any notes. First, I'm going to share some Google Docs tricks and tips. The first tip is how to make a forced copy link for a Google Doc. You're going to open the Google Doc and click Share and Shareable Link. I'm going to show you what this looks like now. So here's a Google Doc that I might want to assign to a student as a handout. It has a place for the student to type, but I want every student to have his or her own copy of the handout. I don't want a bunch of emails where they're requesting to get permissions to my original. I don't want them to type on my original. So the best way to do this is to create a forced copy link. So from your Google Doc, you're going to click the Share button, and then you're going to click Get Shareable Link. And you'll probably need to change this. It might say Canterbury Schools. Change it to anyone with the link can view so that they can access it even if their login is a little different. You're going to copy that link. Then you're going to open a new tab and paste that link into your browser. And here's where the trick comes in. You're going to highlight everything from edit all the way back, and you're going to type in the word copy. Now you have a new link, and notice if I paste that into a new tab or if a student clicks on it, this is what's going to happen. It's going to pop up and it's going to say, do you want to make a copy of this handout? So the only way they can even open it is to make their own copy. And then they can type right in that, share that with you, or turn it in on Cougar Campus. Another great thing to do with your Google Doc links or any link is to make a custom link, to shorten that link and make it easier for your students to find, to type in. It helps you to know what link goes to what website. There are many websites that can do this, but my favorite one is called Bitly. So you're just going to go to bit.ly. If you type that into your browser and push enter, it'll take you to the Bitly site where you can create a free account. Let me show you what my account looks like. Here's my Bitly account. See, I'm logged in with my free account. And when you want to make a new link, you're going to click Create. You're going to paste in your link. So that was the link to the Google Doc that I just made, my forced copy link. And then you can customize the back half, which is really nice. So I might call this, I think it was the 1968 RJ Film Guide or something like that. Okay. You want to make it unique enough so that it's not already taken, but most of the time it'll work. And here you can put what the title of that document is. That way you'll always know where that link leads. When you click Save, now you have a new link, and it leads to that same thing. So you can copy that link, and notice that if I paste it up here, whoops, that was a different one, then it's going to ask students to make a copy just like we practiced. The last Google Doc tip that I'm going to share is how to use the macros feature to simplify your grading a little bit. So you can open any Google Doc from your account. It could be a student's Google Doc that's shared with you. It could be a Google Doc that you're sharing with colleagues, any Google Doc. And then you're going to click on Tools and Preferences, and you're going to create a substitution. Another term for this is called a macros. So let me show you what that looks like. So here's a copy of a Google document that a student has turned in. So I gave them this handout, they filled in the diary entry, and I would like to quickly grade it. In person, I would maybe write a quick check mark on it or put a sticker on it or write good job. But I'm trying to get through these quickly with not a lot of typing. So I want to create a shortcut for something that I say all the time. So you're going to click on Tools and Preferences, and then Substitutions. And this is where you can create substitutions. So you want to use a keystroke that you don't use very often. So I have this little, I'm not sure what this is, it's below the manana on the left side of my keyboard. So it's a little thing, I don't know. So whenever I type that, it's going to say nice job, 10 out of 10. But I want to create a new one. So maybe if I do it twice, I want it to say great job, 20 out of 20. Right? So there's my new one. So if I type that, it's going to, just type it once, it's going to create your little shortcut, and it'll type that in there for your student. Okay? So you can keep those. Every time you open Google Docs, they'll still be there unless you delete them. And if you want to delete it or change it, you just go right back to Preferences, Substitutions, and then you can delete it right from here. Our next section is called Make It Pretty, because I love to make things pretty. Of course, that's not required, but sometimes it makes it a little bit more fun and it makes your material stand out a little bit. So one of my pet peeves is Google Slides or PowerPoint presentations that have the same couple of templates. Your students might be using just the standard templates, or you might be, and then you keep seeing the same ones over and over. It's really easy to change it up by using some of these free sites. So my favorite one is called Slides Carnival. That's the first one here, but there are some other ones, Slides Mania, Slides Gala, Slides Go. There's probably other ones too. So let me show you what Slides Carnival looks like and how to use it. So when you go to slidescarnival.com, it's going to look like this, and you can see here are some recent templates, but you can also sort up here by the type. So I really love the playful one for school. It's not that playful. You don't have to worry. But it does have some kind of fun presentations. So here's one that I love to use. So let's say you wanted to use this one. You're going to click on it. And you do have to be careful with some of these sites because sometimes they have like these flashy ad buttons that are trying to make you click on this. So just be careful of what you're clicking on. So you're going to click go to the preview and download. You can download it as a PowerPoint template, or you can use it for Google as a Google Slides theme. So you click that button and it's going to open a new presentation that you can edit right in Google Slides or in PowerPoint. Another fun way to jazz up your Google Slides or any kind of presentations is to try a GIF or a GIF, however you want to call it. So to find them, it's very easy. You're going to do a Google image search just like you would for lots of different things. But then you've probably never noticed, let's see, we'll try manatee. You've probably never noticed this button that says Tools before. Okay, so you're going to click on Tools, and you might have to click more to get to it, but you're going to click on Tools, and then it gives you all these options. So you can sort by color, size, usage rights. Type is what I like to use. So let's say I wanted clip art for manatee instead of a photo. I could click on that. But what I'm looking for is a GIF. So these are moving images. When you open them up, they look like that, right? How fun is that? So that one's kind of silly, but just like any other picture, you can drag and drop this right into your Google slide, or you can save it or copy it. So on mine, I'm just going to drop it right there into my Google slide, and now I have this lovely manatee GIF. Okay. One more way to make it pretty, if you're not finding what you need on a Google slide or on a Google image search, or you're getting a lot of images that have watermarks and things, you can try Pixabay. I love Pixabay because it has all kinds of free images. So this is Pixabay. I would recommend making a free account so you don't have to keep clicking the boxes that say I'm not a robot. But if you search on your term, you'll see some good high quality images that you can also download in a large file size. So if you're trying to have a larger image and it's getting pixelated, try Pixabay. So if I click free download, notice I can get all the way up to 3,000 pixels, which is quite large. Also on Pixabay, you do want to be careful because it does have ads up here, see sponsored images. So just make sure you're clicking on the free ones down here and not getting drawn in with their little ad up here. Okay. Now we're going to talk about some of my favorite Chrome extensions. So if you use the Google Chrome browser, you might already know what this is. But I love the Chrome browser because it's easy to customize and there are lots of great extensions that make it easier to work online. So a Chrome extension or any extension is a small software program that customizes your browsing experience. So you can really tailor your browser to do what you want it to do. You do want to be careful that you don't put too many Chrome extensions on there or it will slow down your browsing. You also want to make sure that they are vetted, that you have checked them out a little bit and that you've gotten them from the Google Chrome store. But they're very easy to install. It's just a mini program. So here are some that I have that I like, and I'm going to show you each of these individually and what they do. So there are many different ad blockers. You can use any one of them. This one is video ad block for YouTube. So if you click on this link in the Google Slides, it'll take you straight to the Chrome extension store, which looks like this. I know it says store, but most of them are free. So mine now says remove from Chrome because I already have it installed, but yours will say add to Chrome, and you're just going to click this button and it's going to add it. That's literally all you have to do. So it's right here. You can see the little icon, and when you are watching a YouTube video, it is going to block any ads. See how it says cleaned by ad block for YouTube? It's going to block any ads at the beginning or any of those annoying little pop-ups. Now notice that you can still see other videos on the side which may or may not be appropriate for students. So if you're showing to students, you probably still want to grab that share link and put it into a Google slide to get rid of all that. But if you're just trying to find the right video for your class and it's taking forever because you have to keep watching the ads, I think this extension is really helpful. Another one that I like is called Black Menu for Google, and I'm going to show you right now what that looks like. So I love to use the Google tools, and here's the little Google waffle, but that doesn't give you a whole lot of options. It only shows you a couple of the tools. So here's the Black Menu for Google. It's right there at the top of my browser, and here are my most used tools over here. And then on this left side, it's going to show whatever I've used last. So I can easily access my Google Drive, or I might want to easily access Maps, right? You can also, if we go back to the waffle and you scroll down, now it has all the things, all of the Google things. So if you're looking for something pretty specific, this is an easy way to get to it. Another great one is called Boomerang for Gmail. So this is one that integrates with our Gmail email. So I'm going to show you what it looks like once you have it installed. So here it is right here. It's this little boomerang picture. And it allows you to send things later or be reminded of things. So in your email, let's say you send an email to a parent of a student and you kind of mentally cross that off your list because you've sent the email, but then a week later they still haven't responded and you've completely forgotten about it, right? That happens to me every once in a while. So what Boomerang will do is it will put that email back into the email that you sent back into the top of your inbox, and it'll say something like, haven't received a reply. Do you want to reach out again? And you can either dismiss it or you can reach back out. So it reminds you of things that you may have forgotten. Also, it allows you to send an email later and schedule it. Although I did learn that our email can do this as well if you click this little arrow and click schedule send. So that's helpful if you want to set up reminders or if you have a daily, motivational quote for your students or something like that. That can be really helpful. And another extension that I love, if you love Edpuzzle for teaching your students through videos, it has a Chrome extension too. It's right here. So if you open up any video, like let's go back to this one, now you'll see a little image that says Edit with Edpuzzle. So if you click on that, it'll open it up into Edpuzzle and you can edit straight from there. It skips a couple of steps in having to upload a video to Edpuzzle. Now I can add my questions, I can add a voiceover, whatever I need to do within Edpuzzle. My content's right there. And finally, my last little section is a couple of just for fun Chrome extensions that I think you might enjoy. These aren't necessarily for school. Some of them might be fun to use with students, but these are just some that I personally love. So the first one is Custom Cursor, and it's exactly what it sounds. Once you have this Chrome extension installed, and remember you're just going to click on the link right here to install it, it looks like this. It looks like a little cursor. And you can click on it and you can choose all kinds of fun cursors. Right? And then when you are using the web, you've got a fun cursor. There are all kinds of cool ones. This might, wake your students up a little bit. My favorite one is the Chick-fil-A one. So it makes a little Chick-fil-A drink in your browser. And then once you are tired of this, in about probably 2 minutes, you just click up here and click the little off button to turn it off. Another fun one, I think, for online shopping, which obviously has nothing to do with school, unless maybe you're buying something for school, is the Honey browser extension. So you install it into Chrome, and then anytime you are doing online shopping and you're using Chrome, it will pop up and it will try its best to save you money. So a lot of times when you are shopping, there's a little box for a promo code. And I used to open another browser tab and then Google, like for these shoes, J.Crew promo code, and then copy and paste them in there and see if any of them saved you money. That's basically what Honey does, but it does it for you. So it's asking me if I want to reapply because it already popped up, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it pops up and it'll say, hey, we've got some coupon codes to try. And it automatically tries them for you. Right, so it's testing all of these codes in my browser to see if any of them work and to see if any of them will save me money. And probably about 1 in 5 times it finds a code and saves me money. Sometimes it's just a couple bucks and sometimes it's actually a lot of money. So you just never know what it might find. So I think it's done. There we go. So it did find a code. Here was the code that worked, right? And in this case, it saved me $58. So that was kind of a lot. My original $103 sandals are now $44. And also J.Crew apparently is having a big summer sale. So that is how Honey works, and sometimes it can save you money. If it doesn't, it'll just say you already have the best price. It also allows you to earn coins for different things that you've purchased. And I don't really pay attention to them too much, but eventually the coins add up and you can redeem them for gift cards. So back in, I don't know, August of 2019, I realized that I had all these coins and I ended up getting a $40 Amazon gift card. So that was pretty cool. Okay? So that's just something for fun for you. And my last one is one of my most favorite discoveries, and that is Bitmojis. So you might have seen I think they're called Memojis on Facebook. They just came out with them, and so you might have seen a lot of that on your feed that people are doing. But they're stickers that have you in them. They're virtual stickers. So Bitmoji was kind of the original. So it's a little tricky because you do have to set it up on your phone first. So you download the Bitmoji app on your phone. It's just Bitmoji, and you make yourself a Bitmoji. So it takes a couple minutes. You try to customize it to look like you. And then you're going to set up the browser extension, and it'll pop up right here. And when you click on it, you'll see here are all your Bitmojis, and they look like you. Right? There's all kinds of different tabs here if you want to say hello, if you want to say good job. You can also search for different terms. Okay, so here are all the good job ones. And you can use these for many different things. You can put them on a presentation, you can put them in a Google Doc, you can put them in an email. Wherever you can paste an image, you can use one, and they're very easy to do. You do want to be really careful because some of them, obviously, here's cheers, right, are not totally school appropriate. So just make sure you're paying attention to what you are copying and pasting. If it's some kind of acronym and you don't know what it means, like LMAO or something like that, I would probably just not choose that one. Your students probably know what it means and it's probably not good. So you can even put that in an email. You'll see now I have the little Bitmoji guy here. So I can choose a fun sticker. Let's say my student finally sent me the form that I needed. So I'm gonna say check, right? And then I can send it. It just makes it a little bit more fun. I really enjoy them. Just use appropriately. Thank you for sticking around and attending. I hope you found a couple of things that are useful to you. If you have any questions, send me an email. If you would like to host a future Teacher Toolbox, either virtually this summer or virtually or in person next school year, I would love to have some more hosts on any topic that you think would be valuable. So just let me know, shoot me an email, and thank you for coming.